have your test, second test this weekend, and I do plan on opening the first test. If you retake the first test, and this will be the last time on that, okay? I'm not going to give it to you again. So if you retake the first test, you need to let me know what your score was. So come see me. All right, let's take a look here. This one right here says find the vertex. Well, this is a parabola. So you have your A, your B, and your C. So your vertex is x equals negative b over 2a. So it's going to be negative b, but b is already a negative. So guess what? That is a double negative, and then 2 times a. So that's going to be 4 over 4, which equals 1. So put vertex and put a 1 right here. Now substitute. Now one thing I want to make clear to you guys is you don't multiply whatever it is times 2 and then square it. That would be wrong. You always square it first. Exponents come first. So it's going to be 1 times 1, which is 1, and then 1 times 4 is, or 1 times 2 is 2. So that's going to be 2, and then minus 4 times 1, which is a negative 4. So 2 minus 4 is going to be a negative 2. And that's your vertex. Okay, to find the x-intercepts, you've got to do the quadratic equation. So write this down, x equals negative b. In this case, b is a negative 4, plus or minus the square root of b squared, minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. And a is 2. So you got to work that out. Well, this is anything times 0, that just cancels out. So you're going to get a positive 4 plus or minus the square root of 16. Now the reason why it's a positive here is because you got 2 negatives right here. So that's going to be over 4, 2 times 2. The square root of 16 is 4, so it's 4 plus 4 divided by 4, and 4 minus 4 divided by 4. See, you got a plus here and a minus here. So you have 2 different possibilities here. So in this case, you get 8 divided by 4, which is 2, and this you get 0 divided by 4, which is 0. So those are your x-intercepts. Let's go to this one. This one says find the x and the y-intercept. Well, this is a line. So remember, to find the x-intercept, you let y equal 0. And then you work that out. To find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. Okay? So you're going to divide by 2. So you're going to get x equals 0. That's your x-intercept. And then your y-intercept is 2 times 0 is 0. So the x and the y-intercept are the same. 0, 0, which is the origin. Okay? This slope is over 2, or rather up to, over 1. So this line actually looks like that. There's only one intercept right there. Okay? Today's work is right here. I'm going to give you 10 points, but if you're not working the entire time, you will lose that 10 points. Okay, so make sure you're aware of that. Let's turn our attention now to college algebra. And we were talking about inverses here, so let's work this one. Remember, you have to put what I call the identity matrix, like that, and then you got to work it out. Well, let's think about this one. We're trying to get rid of that 6. So we're going to multiply the top equation by a negative 3. If you multiply by negative 3, this becomes a positive 6. And then it will cancel. So the top one stays the same. So I would go ahead and just rewrite the top one. Okay? So negative 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6. And 6 and negative 6 is 0. That's a 0 I want. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Plus 1 is negative 2. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3, plus 0 is negative 3. Negative 3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Okay? Now what I would do is I would make this one a 0, so I would multiply this one by 2. When you do that, the bottom is going to stay the same. So I would rewrite the bottom. And then here, 2 times that is going to be a negative 4 plus 0. 2 times that is 2, and then 2 minus 2 is 0. So now I got my zeros. 2 times that is 2, and 2 and a negative 3 is a negative 1. 2 times 0 is 0, and 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay? Now what you want to do is divide everything by 2. When you divide everything by 2, you should actually get the answer here. Okay? Now the book didn't actually work this one, but I'm going to divide by 2 on this one and divide by negative 4 on that one. So when you divide by negative 4 here, you're going to get 1. 0 divided by 4 is 0. This is going to be a negative, or actually a positive, 1 over 4. This one's going to be a negative 1 over 4. This one right here, you're going to divide by negative 2, make that a 1. So 0 divided by 2 is 0. This divided by negative 2 is a positive 1. This is going to be 3 over 2, positive, and this is going to be a negative 1/2. And this right here should be your inverse function. Okay? All right. Well, that's pretty much it. Today you have this work right here, a worksheet. And even though this says, does the matrix exist, I want you to work these. Okay? This one says find the inverse, or does the inverse exist? And then here's the rest of it. So if you need to, guess what? You can copy it off the video, or you can get it from a friend, or you can check the folder. Those are your 3 options. Okay? Remember, make sure you're working. When I look up, if I see you working, you're in good shape. All right. Well, have a good morning, and I'll see you guys in class.